A history-making day of afternoon trivia today, and if you missed it, you're one of the few people because we had a massive crowd today at afternoon trivia. Not a single catfish, not a single hider, and not a single newbie. Packed, everyone coming in. Oh my goodness. We had 6 games today. Only 6 games, but some quality games. We came in to start the month of May of afternoon trivia rounds with round 1, kind of a surprising one, but I did tell you guys we needed some sports rounds. We haven't done sports in a while. We did top 100 NBA career assists leaders, the top 100 on the career assists of all time in the NBA history. And in this game, I thought this would be a little bit closer. We started off, Andy has tied his own record with 39 straight consecutive afternoon trivia victories. He comes into this one with the NBA topic and gets a clean sweep with Rajon Rondo to close it out, winning his 40th, a new record in afternoon trivia, 40 in a row. And then we went with Spanish words, phrases. All right, told you guys, Cinco de Mayo. And it was Andy 8010 winning 5-1 in this game, making it 41 consecutive games. Game 3, film titles trivia, 1954. John, how did you miss Johnny Guitar? The last question. All right, 1954. Film titles trivia. Going a little rare there. And it was Andy 8010. It was his 3rd straight win of the afternoon to kick off May in his 42nd in a row. Things got really tight after this. We went with song titles, 1974. What a hell of a game in this one. Oh my goodness gracious. We had a 4-4-4-2 score. I think it was, forgot who had the 2, but we had a triple steal on the board for song titles 1974. Andy 8010 pulls it out at the end, winning for his 43rd in a row. Unreal. 1974 song titles trivia. Wow, it was incredible. All right, we went with, it was so good I had to roll with it again. Song titles 1974. We did it again. And this time it was Andy 8010 winning 4-2. The final game for the big cash prizes, we went with 1976 song titles trivia. This was not the plan going in. I was scratching through my set list because of how close these games were. What a game this was. Oh my goodness gracious. 1976 song titles trivia. And we went with EMG. Now, I talked about EMG in the announcement video, how he's been chipping away, winning some One for All the marbles, and how he was a dark horse to come in, a sleeper pick to come in and be the spoiler. There he was, in full control with 4 points. He was up 4-2 on both Andy and Abule. John had a point, I believe. And Andy got it to 4. And then it was Abule who kind of had a little assist there and got back-to-back points to get to 4 as well, to kind of buy some time for Andy on a couple of the songs that he was kind of struggling on. EMG was having trouble there to closing this thing out. A triple steal then was on the board. Abule, EMG, Andy, all on 4. And then it was John coming in and getting a triple steal, one of the first triple steals in afternoon trivia in a long time. Congratulations. Hell of a job on that. Buying Andy a little bit more time. He was dead in the water, but with the final question was blank, 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 whatever. See you tonight. And it was, the song was I'd Really Love to See You Tonight by England Dan and John Coley, I think is the duo. EMG could not close this thing out. It was Andy 8010 getting that song and closing out the day with his 45th consecutive afternoon trivia victory to extend the streak to next week in winning the big cash prizes. Andy 8010 is a vampire, and EMG was unable, and Abule, both unable to firmly stick the dagger in the heart. And it was a hell of a comeback to close out the day. Andy wins all 6 games today of afternoon trivia. The streak is now at 45. Also appearing today in afternoon trivia, Coach. I'm not sure he was there when the games began, but I'm giving him credit because I know he was there like at the 2-minute warning. So Coach was in, DNR Manny was in, DPCX was in, Eagles 52 was in, EMG, we talked about him. He had a great performance. I expect he's going to be ready to roll next week. John had an excellent performance as well, a triple steal. JG53 AOL. This guy was in there doing his thing. Carr with their first appearance of afternoon trivia that I can remember. Mr. Met was very active today in afternoon trivia. He was at the Buell Ribbon Ice Cream on the satellite video, live satellite in Iowa. We got a video of him. We think it's him going in to get some ice cream on the live video. So that was a huge topic of discussion with Mr. Met. Road to number 28 was in. Very quiet. Shockinator was in. Duck was in for the first game. We thought he was going to be maybe a spoiler coming in. And Duck, it could go either way with Duck, and today it went in the way of him complaining and self-ejecting. So it was, you know, next week it could be Duck winning 4 games. You never know with Duck meat. Abule was in, incredible, hit a very good performance. He's complaining about some of the song titles, but he kind of gets the assist there on that last game to get a couple points in a row and kind of keep EMG from closing it out and paving the way for Andy. Wow. Becky was one of the ones that was doing well. I think she had 4 points in one of them. I think in that first 1974 song titles trivia. So Becky, a big performer today. Eagles 52, I mentioned him. Swiftology came in late, and Stacy has been our Janie come lately. She always comes in like recently in afternoon trivia, like during the final round, but just to get in a mention in the General Peters video. All right, using the resources, pepperoni, cheese, omelet, hash browns. Andy with the pick. All right, guys, the rain has stopped here. We've got, this is what May is all about, the lushness. Thankfully, we got a lot of rain today, knocking out some of this final pollen. And there it is, guys. What a world. And what a day. Afternoon trivia. History was made today, and that was one of the all-time finishes in afternoon trivia history. If you missed that, oh my gosh, I'm sorry to hear about that. I should have had that one on tape. That was incredible. What a finish with I'd Really Love to See You Tonight, 1976 hit, and we will see you tonight for more trivia.